Sorry if that's too salty. I just think it's funny when people say that. Hi, my name's Mark and welcome to the channel. Today I'm sitting down to show you a couple birthday treats, birthday surprises that I received for my birthday this year. So stick around if you want to have a little dig and unboxing with me. Let's get into it. All right, let's start digging. So first, from a couple great friends of ours, I got some really fun gifts, some very crafty things. So let's take a look. First is this crocheted succulent, this crocheted plant. I forget what these are called. I know there are different varieties of succulents that really trail and tear down. And in my plant journey, especially during the pandemic, I tried to pick up a plant like this, and it was not happy. It just couldn't survive. So I came back from a trip, and it was watered on the trip, or maybe, if it wasn't supposed to have water, it wasn't watered. And after that trip, it was just so crispy that everything really broke off. So I think this is super cute, and I'm going to see if I have room to put it somewhere behind me as part of my crafting setup. And if not, it'll go somewhere in this room because I think it fits the vibe with some of my real plants. While we're talking about plants, I'll say that the plant behind me was a birthday gift last year from my friend Megan, and it's done really well. It seems to be very healthy. It's grown quite a bit, and so I think it's a decent spot for it back there. I'm always a little uncomfortable to hang plants because I feel like they're eventually going to fall out of the ceiling and then the plant might be ripped apart and caught on things, and so I'm always a little scared to do that. I have one plant downstairs that hangs, and I trust that it's going to be okay. But if I were to ever go downstairs or come back from a trip and find it on the ground, it would most definitely have ripped off from its like 20-30 feet long strands and vines, which would be sad. All right, also, from these lovely friends, I got the cutest tea towel. Let me scoot everything over. And I thought that people here might really get a kick out of this. It's cats, as you can see, and they're wearing all sorts of knitted things, and they're knitting. Do you see how stinking cute this is? So we've got this cat that reminds me a bit of Gus, knitting away. Weird technique to have your hands that far apart, but whatever. Little mittens, hats. Look at that color work. So freaking cute. I like this cat. I like that he looks a little mischievous and he's plump. I just think it's adorable. And it's a tea towel. So I wanted to show the brand in case you love this. It's Emma Ball, and they said they got it on Etsy. And it looks like Emma Ball designs these and is based in the UK. So I haven't had a look to see what else Emma carries, but who knows? It could be all sorts of products besides tea towels. But it's really pretty, so it's full length, and it's got a nice little handle on it, so it can be hooked or hang over a rack, and I'm really excited to use it. All right, the next items are a little more niche. You may not like them as much. You may like them a lot. We'll see. So these are from my husband, and my husband got me a couple techie things. I had a lot of stuff on my list this year that has to do with filming and the supplies I need there. We're going on a trip this summer to Europe, and so I want to make sure that I have some spare memory cards. I wanted another external hard drive just so I have plenty of space for putting footage away. So anyway, some of that stuff, which is great, super useful. And then a bag. This is a spinning loft bag from Paula of Spinning Loft. And I love my Paula bags. I have a couple already, and they're nice. They're nice, sturdy bags. They have a good deep zipper pocket on the front. And then the top has a magnetic closure. And then inside there's a good pocket and then a nice bottom that stands up and can fit quite a bit. I mean, it's not a large bag, it's just a sort of medium-sized tote, but inside it I can always fit my sweater projects, and I'm always making pretty large sweaters. So we start off with a lovely Paula bag of Spinning Loft. And then inside the bag there are more gifts. There's a skein of Scout in their new solids, and this is shade 620 red. I'm a big fan of Scout yarns. I've talked about them a lot from Kelborn Woolens. A lot of my DK weight sweaters are made out of Scout because it's a non-superwash wool. It holds up really well. Somebody commented once and said something about how much it pills. Everything pills. Every fiber pills. Some fibers pill more than others, and if you're using a wool, a natural fiber, it's going to pill, but it's just the shorter strands, the shorter staple of the fiber as it's spun that's rising to the top, and I use a sweater shaver and I clean them off between wears, and then after the first several wears or the first season that you wear it, it's going to pill less and less because the rest of the fiber is really embedded in the strand. So I like Scout. And to that person that was mad that it pilled, I hope you are not frustrated when everything else you have starts to pill as well. Sorry if that's too salty. I just think it's funny when people say that. Okay, the next thing is from a TikTok meme. It's a shirt, and embroidered on it is the famous line, "No Chick-fil-A sauce," which I got a real kick out of this year. So I like that. If you haven't seen the meme, you can search "No Chick-fil-A sauce." You'll find it in a heartbeat. So it's something we say a lot around our house. And then something else I said a lot in the last year. Wagon Wheel Watusi. This is a classic line from the movie Burlesque, starring Christina Aguilera and Cher. And in the scene, Cher shouts out, "Wagon Wheel Watusi!" And I just think it's amazing.
Wagon Wheel Watusi!
So anyway, Ned got me this hat. And I can wear it as a double hat here, Wagon Wheel Watusi. So I'm excited to wear that. I'm excited to have it in my rotation of hats. These were from a little birthday party we had last night for my birthday. And let me see if I can say birthday one more time. Birthday. So that's that. I just wanted to show and tell because it was cat related, it was fiber related, plant related, and TikTok meme related. I'd finished filming this video for the day when lo and behold, my great friend Megan came by with a birthday gift for me. So inserting this footage here to unpack some really beautiful and thoughtful things, also yarn related, that Megan gave me this year. So let's see. Starting out, we've got two really beautiful skeins of yarn from Haley Bailey. I've never used this brand before. Cute logo. And these are hand dyed in Salem, Oregon. These are both, I think, fingering weight. Yep, they're classic sock yarns with 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. And the colors are juniper and copper. And I think they're really beautiful. Sock yarn's great. Sock yarn, I think, makes great gifts because you can use it for socks. You can get a full pair of socks out of 100 grams, or you can do mix and match for heels and toes and do a couple pairs, or you can do other things. You could do color work of a sweater, you could do a shawl, you could double it and treat it like a worsted weight yarn, depending on how it doubles up and what gauge you get. So I think sock yarn is a great gift. So I appreciate this. Let's see. She also gave me a donut cookbook. I am a big donut fan. I used to make donuts. I still do on occasion. When I lived in the UK, my housemates and I invested in a deep fryer, or as they call it there, a deep fat fryer. And we made things like fried chicken, and then we started making donuts. And we would make these donuts, and typically donut recipes, when you're frying them, it makes a ton. You make your dough, and when you fry them, they expand, and so you end up with a lot of donuts. So we would make donuts and take them to the cathedral choir. We'd take them to different events going on so we could get rid of the bounty of things we made because we couldn't eat all of them ourselves. So this is beautiful. And a beautiful candle. Can you see the texture on this glass? And I think the lid is beautifully textured and the color is great. I said to Megan when I opened it that I want to reuse the jar once I've burned the whole candle. So anyway, beautiful. I think this is a really nice, cozy assortment of things, definitely crafting appropriate. The idea that you might sit down with your project and something you've baked and light a candle, have some good, relaxing crafting time. All right, I'm gonna get everything else out. Next, I have a chocolate bar, which it's hard to miss with chocolate. This is interesting. When I opened it, I feigned shock that there was a moth in my craft room. That would be a great gift for your enemies. You could have a box full of moths and they can open it up in their craft room. Just kidding, don't do that, that's terrible. Anyway, this is a game of storytelling, and she told me that her thinking was that I could open these up, read a prompt from one of the story cards, and it could be a good basis for talking about something in an episode. So I agree with Megan. I think this is a great idea, especially for something I can use as a prompt for storytelling and different talking points here on the channel. Next up is a pair of socks. These are adorable. It's this crazy cat dude with these appropriately crazy cats. I told her that I had seen these out in the wild, and at one point I considered getting a pair for my husband, but didn't end up doing it. So cute. And then last but not least, a set of stitch stoppers. So here I've got two ponies, and the horse stuff is kind of an inside joke with Megan and some of our other crafting colleagues in the Shaker Heights. Long story, but there was some confusion over a horse and what the horse was named, and we were all, not all of us, Megan always knew, but the rest of us were dead set on the horse being named Misty, which I think is a beautiful name for a horse. If your name is Misty, it's probably a beautiful name for you, and please don't take offense, but I thought Misty was a great name for a horse. And so we were going on and on about this horse, Misty, and maybe we could go see Misty, maybe we could ride Misty, and I wanted to braid her tail, and we wanted to brush her. And Megan the whole time was saying, I don't know, the whole time she was saying, her name's not Misty, and I can't remember now what the horse's name actually is, because in my heart and my mind, the name is Misty. But anyway, it's been a good inside joke. So whenever I see horses in real life, or horse sculptures, horse paintings, I take a picture and we have a group chat where we share them. So little Misty stitch markers, hard to beat. Okay, so this is a beautiful assortment of things. I think it's too much, it's too generous, but at the same time, I'm glad that I received it. So thank you to Megan for these really, really beautiful gifts. I hope all of you have people in your lives who know you well enough to give you just as exciting, appropriately themed things as I've been lucky enough to receive here on my birthday. A short video here just to say hello. Thank you so much for being part of the community. Thanks for all the nice birthday wishes you shared with me on YouTube, on Instagram, over on Patreon. I really, really appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, I would appreciate you taking the time to subscribe, come back for other videos, check out some of my playlists. I have videos where I sit and talk, wind yarn, videos where I work on projects, take you through my successes and my failures, and then some teaching videos as well. So I hope you find something here on the channel that you like and that makes you want to come back in the future. As always, thanks for being here. Happy crafting, happy knitting, crocheting to you, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.